Discovering Australia. Hayes Travel is proud to sponsor Gary Barlow's Food and Wine Tour.
I'm Gary Barlow from Take That. There's a big audience out there and we're ready. And we're on a huge world tour. And for our final leg, we're down under.
Today this could be the greatest.
Look at that! We have arrived! But this isn't just a show business trip. This tour is about so much more. This is the best surprise ever! Because I'm here for the scenery. Wow. The company, we're off! Woo!
It might literally be the best oyster I've ever tasted.
It's delicious.
Look at this!
What's behind? And the occasional winery.
So excited to try some wine.
Whoa! But most of all, I'm here for the journey. Oh, there he is! There he is! There he is! I'm stuck in one position. So come on, let's travel together. And soak up as much as we can.
If Willy Wonka was making a salad, this would be it.
Of this massive and endlessly surprising country. On my food and wine tour, wow, of Australia.
This is it. Good as it gets.
Our Take That Down Under tour has seen us head north, south and east. But now we've gone west. As far west as you can in Australia, pretty much. To the city of Perth. Perth is almost as close to Singapore as it is to Sydney. And it's the capital of Western Australia, the largest state in the country. With an area of more than 1 million square miles. Western Australia is about 10 times the size of the UK. But there's plenty of space for nature, because the population is just 2.8 million people, with around 80% living in Perth. It feels like most of them are here tonight. Perth is one of the sunniest cities on Earth, averaging nearly 9 hours of sunshine a day, so plenty of sunscreen is a must. The Swan River winds right through the middle of it, and the vast Indian Ocean stretches out in front of it, with some of Australia's best beaches just a boomerang throw away. And just a little further away, a short 3-hour hop down the coast, is a place called Margaret River. And this is where I'm beginning my adventure in Australia's Wild West. Jester's Flat is a place where people come for a good old-fashioned adventure ride. Through an even more old-fashioned landscape. My expert guide today is Emma Gibbons, the head horse rider here. And my horse is Cassie. Now, just to confirm, no relation to red rum.
You're going to be all good.
Yeah, that laugh was a little long then, Emma.
Left foot in,
I'm ready. Left foot in, over the top.
Like a pro.
Oh, my goodness.
Well done. Grab one side in each hand,
Mhm.
and then you're going to carry those hands a little forward.
Okay, like
And then
this.
pop those heels down.
Pop heels down.
Lower than toes. Looks good. Sit up straight,
Shoulders back.
back and down.
It's like going on stage, this. Shoulders back. It's not my first rodeo,
I can tell.
but it's only my second. Oh, and what do you do about the flies?
Ignore them.
Ignore them.
Ignore
okay.
them, and then they're not even there.
Okay. This place is home to 60 Australian stock horses, a breed that's tough, intelligent, and perfectly suited for long rides through the bush.
Oh my goodness.
And Cassie is one of the easiest to ride, apparently.
All right, follow me.
Yep.
And we're off.
And we're off.
But just to make sure I don't get carried away here and disappear off into the outback, owner Paul Brennan is joining us for the ride.
There you go, Cass.
There you
She was the perfect choice because she follows so beautifully.
Yeah.
Good size here too, Gary. Like, it looks proportionately good.
It feels right.
Yeah.
Yeah, it feels like a good fit.
Emma tailors each ride here to match the ability of horse and human, which is reassuring when you haven't really got a clue where you are, let alone what you're doing.
So guys, where are we?
We're in Rosebrook and the beautiful old bush that's been here for a very, very long time. And we're only about 10-15 minutes from Margaret River.
I've always dreamed of coming to Margaret River. This wasn't how I imagined my entrance would be.
No, it's a pretty spectacular entrance.
I'm not exactly in my comfort zone here.
Oh, God.
But this is such a nice way to experience this ancient environment. If I can age as well as this place, I'll be very happy.
So these are my favourite trees here, these ones that look like people with different haircuts.
Yeah.
So they're called king ears, and they're really old. They grow a very, very small amount each year. So some of those trees will be 200-300 years old.
It feels like we're looking at so many different species as well.
It's a biodiversity hotspot. I think there's 35 in the world, and the southwest of Australia is actually one of the 35, and it's the only one in Australia. She's just ruining the shot with a poo. Yep.
The trees and bush here are just packed with life.
Hear those birds there, Gary? Hear that squawky noise? They're the red-tailed black cockatoo.
Oh yeah, there they go. Whoa. Can I see kangaroos in the distance over there?
And then these are gum nuts.
Where are you going? Oh my goodness. We're a bit off-piste here.
A little bit of bush bashing the Australian way.
Okay. Watch that tree, you. Hey, hey. Come on.
It's pretty special, isn't it?
Oh my goodness. Just remember, I've come all the way from little old England, and here I am, Margaret River, riding some of the most incredible scenery. We don't think of scenes like this, I don't think, when we think of Australia. You don't think of beauty like this.
And I have to say, as an English person, I actually think here is the perfect climate.
Yes.
We still get the seasons,
Yeah.
so you get that feeling of seasonal weather, and you really come to the summers and
Yeah.
you love the summers, but
Yeah.
they're not too long and they're not too hot.
Got it.
And the winters are not too cold.
The combination of a perfect maritime climate, long, warm days and cool ocean breezes, along with some of the oldest soils on Earth, makes Margaret River not just great for horse riding, but for winemaking too. It's a relatively small wine-growing region, and yet produces 20% of Australia's premium wines.
Hey, hey, where are you going? Where are you going? Bloody hell, fires.
And it's the combination of my cool demeanour and laid-back horse riding style that has me and Cassie working together in such perfect harmony.
She's really picked up on your demeanour.
Yeah.
You're a good girl. And hey, she's looking after you,
Oh,
isn't she?
listen. 100%. I am literally doing nothing.
But there's only so much nothing a man can do.
I tell you what, all this riding though, I'm getting thirsty.
It's been a long ride, but it's time for my reward. Because Jester's Flat isn't just about horses. It's also home to Paul's little Sauvignon Blanc vineyard.
Come on in, Gary.
Come on. Come on. Here we go. Here we go. Oh, this is beautiful.
I know they're looking nice and lush for you today. Such a good girl. Well done. Good girl.
My horse has been brilliant. She's made me look not totally incompetent.
She's a good girl. That looks like a long way down.
And then, woohoo, like a pro.
There you go. Wow, I loved that. Loved it. What an adventure. Really is.
She's also given me inspiration for some impressive new dance moves.
You look like you've been kicked somewhere.
I'm just trying to reshape my legs. I'm stuck in one position. I'm going to spend the day like this now. Oh, the blood's coming back now. Feels nice.
The horse can relax now too, and have a little cheeky refreshment, and so can we.
So what have I earned?
Well,
What do I deserve?
because you did that so well.
There you go. That's what I wanted.
We've got a beautiful Sauvignon Blanc that we grow right here, and these ones go straight
How
in.
many rows have you got here?
Only 11. We've got a tiny little vineyard.
Yeah.
It's just tiny, but that's plenty big enough for me. But we make
Just for
this
fun.
lovely Sauvignon Blanc. You should get tastes of, say, gooseberry and grapefruit in it.
Citrusy,
Citrusy,
sea salt.
yeah.
I don't know about you, but there's nothing I like more after my morning ride through an ancient woodland than a chilled glass of crisp white wine.
It'd be 5 o'clock somewhere, wouldn't it?
It definitely is. Definitely is. Oh, it's delicious.
Not too bad, is it?
It really is. That must be nice as well, because
Yeah.
we're stood here next to the grape.
I know, yeah.
Here
Like
we
there's
are.
these little bunches right here.
Fantastic.
See these ones here? They're actually flowering right now.
Mm-hmm.
And these will get picked in the last week of February or the first week of March.
Yeah.
Go straight off to the winemaker, and then by about the end of the financial year, we've got it back in bottles. You give it about a month to recover from being bottled and start drinking it.
Yeah.
We do make our way through it, don't we?
do, yeah.
And our horses are enjoying eating them as well, I've noticed.
A bit naughty.
Yeah.
Paul makes about 3,000 bottles a year here, but it might be closer to 2,000 if Cassie and her friends don't cut down a bit.
Well, guys, I've been looking forward to coming to Margaret River for years, and this is just how I imagined it would be. Absolutely beautiful environment, gorgeous wine, and lovely people.
Cheers.
Cheers. Nice to meet you both.
Thank you, Gary.
You too.
It's been a great start to my Western Australia adventure, but it could all go horribly wrong next, as I try to make sense of wines grown according to the phases of the moon and the alignments of the planets.
I'm an Aquarian, and I don't like working on a Friday.
Here's to
Love it.
Aquarians and flower days.
No work tomorrow, everyone.
Before John Bishop brings me back down to earth with some mirth in Perth.
Discovering Australia. Hayes Travel is proud to sponsor Gary Barlow's Food and Wine Tour. Discovering Australia. Hayes Travel is proud to sponsor Gary Barlow's Food and Wine Tour.
My Down Under World Tour has brought me to the biggest state of them all, Western Australia. And now that I've finally made it here, after crossing half the continent, I've decided to make the most of it. It's my first ever visit to the wine-growing region of Margaret River, and I'm going to do what any sensible person would do: cram in as much wine tasting as possible before I head back up the coast to Perth. So my next stop is Wadandi country, where for tens and thousands of years humans have understood that when it comes to nature, you don't control it, you work with it. That's the approach they take here at Cullen Wines, a place where, I'm told, every decision is guided by nature. But something tells me the person who actually makes every decision here is this lady, biodynamic winemaker Vanya Cullen.
Hello, Vanya.
Hello, Gary.
How are you doing?
Very well. Welcome to Wadandi country and to Cullens. Yeah.
Amazing place, really is.
Now tell me, how much do you know about biodynamics?
Do you know what? Very little, actually. Is it anything to do with the way organic farms work?
Yeah, it is like organics, but it's more than organics in that we use planets and plants to farm. And by that, we have the fire signs and the fire days and the fruit days. We have the air signs and the flower days. We have the earth days. So when we're farming with biodynamics, we use those days to perform our events, if you like. So we harvest on fruit and flower days. We're bottling today. A little bit of a chink in the background, it's a fruit day. So we bring that energy of the planets and that life and that vitality into our wine.
Now, I'm all for anything that makes a wine taste great, but I have to admit the idea of fire signs and air signs, harvesting on one type of day and bottling on another all sounds a bit mystifying to me. Take this cow horn pit, for instance. During the winter, following the phases of the moon, they bury cow horns here, pack them with manure. Months later, they dig them up and spread small amounts of the fertiliser they've produced across the vineyard. It sounds fantastical, but Vanya assures me it really does make a difference, and that the proof will be in the tasting.
We have 2 wines here. One's harvested on a fruit day and one is harvested on a flower day. And we'll see if we can pick the differences.
Well, I'm an Aquarian and I don't like working on a Friday. Does that make sense?
It makes absolute sense. Cheers.
Cheers to that.
Here's to
Love
Aquarians and flower days.
Okay,
Yeah.
okay. No
So-
work tomorrow, everyone, just so
No
you know.
work today. So this is a flower day Chardonnay. We harvested on a flower day, and if you smell that, you smell white flowers.
I mean, the wine is absolutely
That is nice, isn't it?
delicious. It
Yeah.
really is. So tell me why? Why harvest on a flower day?
Well, we started harvesting on flower and fruit days, and we noticed there were differences. So with our Chardonnay, we find it has more structure, more minerality, and more floral components. So we like that in our Chardonnay.
Now, we need to keep track here. I've tried the Flower Day Chardonnay, and I can vouch for the fact that it does taste floral. So next up, we have a Fruit Day Chardonnay. Same grape, same soils, made exactly the same way, but harvested on a different day.
Cheers. This is the fruit day. Completely different, huh?
I mean, a lot sort of more limey
Yeah.
now.
Both of these are completely unique wines that you'll never ever taste again because the planets will never be in completely the same alignment in our lifetime.
So it's different every year.
Isn't that beautiful?
It really is.
Yeah.
It's also a very lovely conversation as well, because wine should always incite conversation.
You know, that's the wonderful thing about wine is it's stories of people and the land.
Margaret River itself is a big part of that story too. We're just 3 miles from the Indian Ocean, and the next piece of land is 3,800 miles away. So there's just pure ocean air travelling nearly 4,000 miles across open water. And that sea breeze carries a salty, briny freshness that gives these wines their unique coastal character. So it feels like everything is going into these wines. Flowers, planets, the moon, the ocean air, and even the flavours from, believe it or not, barrels made of wood that was harvested on a flower day.
So every aspect of the barrel making, from the harvesting of the trees to the cutting of the wood to the putting together to the firing, is done on a flower day. And we like flower days in our wine, so
Yeah,
they have
interesting.
this. Cheers.
Cheers. Nice cherries. Nice. Do you get any resistance from people going, do we have to do this?
We used to. Why the cow horn?
Yeah.
Why the planets? But I think when you explain that connection, I think everyone's looking for connection in their lives and beauty and the natural world. People go, wow.
Interesting.
You know, and you feel it. You can feel it in the wines. There's nothing in these wines at all. No additions.
I was sceptical when I arrived here today, but hearing you talk about it and now tasting the proof, oh, it's delicious, isn't it?
So these vines are 52 years old. So they're old vines
Yes,
planted by my
yes.
mother and father. And I love that sense of, too, that we get this connection from earth to sky and the Wadandi country gets opened up to, and all those beautiful stories of nature from the Indigenous people come into these wines as well. We're drinking 65,000 years of sustainable land care.
Now, isn't that mind-blowing? And
It
when you
is.
think about that
Yeah.
and take a sip,
Yeah,
you're literally drinking nature
yeah,
and history
yeah.
all in a glass. How lucky are we?
Absolutely. Very blessed.
Cheers to that.
Cheers, Gary.
Oh, wow.
My head is swimming a bit. A lot of information and possibly a little too much wine. So it's time for some fresh air. and it doesn't really come much fresher than the sea air here on Australia's western coast. And as luck would have it, it's lunchtime.
Behind every great vineyard is a great kitchen. So I'm standing to attention.
And the man making sure everything on the plate is as in tune with the land as the wine in my glass is Chef Ben Day, who's preparing nettle pasta and braised courgettes, or as they say in these parts, zucchinis.
First step is we're going to just add some olive oil into our pan. We're going to slowly warm up these braised zucchinis. So these are being cooked down in onions and garlic. It's got a huge amount of zucchinis. They contain a lot of moisture, so we need to cook that moisture away as well. So we braise it down with white wine and white wine vinegar as well.
Next up, some boiled garlic sauce.
Again, to give that beautiful garlic flavour without being too punchy. And then just some beautiful double cream from a local dairy Bannister Downs. So next we add some smoked tomatoes. Gives the pasta, again, more acidity and some beautiful colour and a little bit of smokiness as well.
Ben's philosophy here mirrors Vanya's approach to winemaking. It's all about working in harmony with nature to get the best possible flavours.
These were all picked this morning from our garden.
Ben adds the courgettes to the sauce, and while that simmers, it's time for the hand-rolled nettle cavatelli.
This is a cavatelli roller. It's got a few different groove shapes on it, so as you can see, there's like just a really dominant stripy shape, and obviously that shape is to help the pasta sauce stick to the pasta as well.
The pasta gets its green colour from an ingredient many of us don't normally want in our gardens: stinging nettles.
It gives it a very herbaceous, spinachy sort of flavour as well, but it's mainly for the colour, get this beautiful colour into the dough.
With all the little cavatellis nicely shaped and cut, it's time for a quick blanch in boiling water. Then it's into the sauce.
And all we basically need to do now is bring it up to the boil and add our seasonings. So we've got some finely grated pecorino cheese and then some freshly milled pepper as well.
Now Ben can plate up, starting with some smoked tomato sauce.
So tomato sauce down, and there's no easy way to do this, just got to go in.
And the final touch, some biodynamic vegetables. Local goat's curd.
Nice and acidic, just cut through all that richness.
And a little basil oil. And some beautiful fresh flowers from the garden.
And there we go, there's our finished dish, hand-rolled cavatelli. Hope Gary likes it.
Oh my goodness, this looks absolutely gorgeous. Taking a bit of pasta first. Fresh. Everything tastes like it's been picked straight out the soil and onto the plate. It's so detailed and balanced. It's really beautiful.
And all those biodynamic flavours are pairing very nicely with my full Moon Fruit Day wine.
It really works. This is complex and so is that, and together they kind of work quite brilliantly. I mean, Vanya's whole belief is letting nature do its thing and not interfering too much. And it's definitely in the glass, and I have to say, it's also on the plate. It's so fresh, so delicious. Yeah, I'm happy here. Can you leave me here? If anyone needs me, I'll be here. Table 1, Margaret River. And it's a fruit day. I made that bit up, that last bit. It's not a fruit day. I don't think it is anyway. Is it a fruit day? Not a fruit day.
I really must stop doing that. But that's me, typical Aquarian. And although I would love to stay here, I've got to go and meet my special guest, a comedian and Sagittarian who's just a short hop up the coast. It's a 170-mile journey from Margaret River to Perth. And if you're lucky, you might spot a whale or two or a pod of dolphins in the ocean along the way. But if you're really lucky, you'll spot a wisecracking Scouser on the latest leg of his epic Aussie tour.
Oh, I have been
I come bearing gifts as well. You all right, mate?
I'm very good. How are you?
Great to see you. Come
You're loving
bearing
it
gifts.
here?
Something for after the show.
Oh,
not
a
before
bag?
it.
You've given me a new bag.
Take it. Take
mate,
it.
This is lovely. What is it?
Yeah. Little something for you to try. Taste the area.
Have you selected this?
I have. I've tasted it.
Have you?
Yeah. Had it today.
So I've only got half a bottle left.
No, full bottle.
Oh, nice. Can I just... When's this going on the telly? Because that's going to be my wife's
Easter.
going home present.
Yeah.
Hey, look what I've got for you, love. I went all the way to Margaret. It's biodiverse. You can wash your hair with it and everything. Look, it's great.
John Bishop has toured all over the world, and there's nothing quite like a big night of comedy in Australia. A lovely way to round off what's been a very busy day.
I was putting weights on. All the men in here over 50 know that's what happens. And it's not your fault, lads. It's because your metabolism slows down just at that time in life when red wine starts tasting like Ribena.
It's great that our tours have coincided, and even better to squeeze in some down under downtime together too. So next up, a laid-back morning in Fremantle Market before John and I head over to Rottnest Island to meet Australia's happiest locals.
Oh, here he comes. Oh, look at it. There he goes.
The Quackers.
Discovering Australia. Hayes Travel is proud to sponsor Gary Barlow's Food and Wine Tour. Discovering Australia. Hayes Travel is proud to sponsor Gary Barlow's Food and Wine Tour.
I'm in Western Australia, a place that's wildly authentic, where waves abound and everything is wonderfully Australian. No wonder the locals call it WA. Its capital city is Perth. It's got a river running through it, an ocean on its doorstep, and for the next few days, John Bishop doing stand-up. And today, we're on tour together, starting off at Fremantle Market, just a short drive south from Perth city centre.
What a market this is. Music as well.
I was a static dish, shocked my system. Infatuated by the way you light up the room. You're making me feel it again, making me feel with you I don't need to pretend.
You gonna tip him? Got cash.
Making me feel it again, feel it again, feel it again. I'm walking up to you the way you move, something different.
Great, that.
It's a lively spot, dating back to the 1800s, a place where you can buy local produce, artisan knickknacks, and some of the best coffee in town.
And tell me about Australia.
I first came here in 1992 and I rode a bicycle from Sydney up to Cairns. You know how ignorant I was. On the first day, I took my shirt off and bent over like that. The sun rays were bouncing off me back, me white back. There was car drivers going, what's that? So that was the first lesson.
You don't mess with the sun here.
You don't mess with the sun here.
It's great to hear about the lessons learned from a fellow Brit's Aussie adventures, and good to compare notes on our touring experiences too.
17 was our first time here in Perth, but we played here in the 90s, but always loved Australia.
Yeah. What I've always found on tour is that nothing else matters apart from 8 o'clock.
2 hours every night.
Everything that you do in the day doesn't matter
Yeah.
because you're literally skipping through. But that's part of it. That's what I said last night. Being a comedian is like being a cowboy. You ride in, you shoot the town up, you ride out.
Yeah. Well, listen, we'll try and mend a bit of that. A few surprises for you this afternoon, and then we'll put you on your way and you can go and do your show tonight.
I'll take that.
All right. Beautiful.
So, Gary Barlow, the new travel agent. Gary Barlow's tours. I can't wait to see Barlow's tours on the side of a bus in the Lake District. Come on, get on.
It's certainly got a ring to it, doesn't it? Gary Barlow's tours. Let's see how I get on today as John Bishop's guide, though, before I get too carried away. Oh, you see, here's my store. Flip-flops. Big fan of the flip-flops. Also, different colours.
What do they call them? They don't call them flip-flops.
Thongs.
Thongs, yeah.
Thongs. Yeah, yeah.
I'm going to get some new thongs for my feet. Oh, yeah,
That's it.
Oh, there you go, fella.
There he is. There's the thongs. Confusing thongs with flip-flops could lead to some seriously embarrassing misunderstandings. So, to be on the safe side, we'll stick to our trainers for the next stop. Rottnest Island, home to crystal clear waters, stunning beaches, and the world's smiliest marsupials. It's a half-hour ferry ride from Fremantle to Rottnest, and when you arrive, you can see why the locals love the initials WA. It's wonderfully airy here, and well adapted for quackers, and a great place to be a ranger too. Like Kaya Antipas, who's going to introduce us to the island's happy hoppers.
Have you heard about the quackers?
Do you know what? I was told not to come to Western Australia and miss the quackers on Rottnest Island.
Well, I'd have to agree with you there. What about you, John?
Well, I'm the same. Everyone said when you're here, you've got to meet the Quackers, which sounds like a really good film that Ben Stiller was in. But everyone said there's something unique about being here.
And there is, because if you really want to meet the quackers, there's no better place on the planet.
So quackers are a native mammal on Rottnest Island. They're actually all over WA, but this is the only viable population left in WA, so it's pretty unique.
And is it true that they're like the happiest animals on Earth?
I imagine they are happy because they live on Rottnest, they have no natural predators, and their whole environment and ecosystem is protected.
So is this idea that they're the happiest animals come about from everyone taking selfies with them?
I think so. That's where it's blown up worldwide. But I think that's come from the fact that they don't have predators here, so they're very inquisitive and they're not afraid of humans at all. You can walk up to one and they're not going to run or be aggressive at all. They're quite chilled, really, on the island.
What do these quackers eat?
They live solely on all the native vegetation here, so leaves and trees. And they actually don't need any water either, which shocks a lot of people.
No,
they
really?
get all their hydration from the leaves and the vegetation. It doesn't really rain very much here, so that's, how they've adapted to be the only animal here.
Look at us two, asking sensible questions. It feels like me and John are co-hosting a serious wildlife show here, except for the fact that John keeps calling them quaffers.
How long does a quacker? How long does a quaffer live? Quacker. I got quaff. So what's the lifespan of a quacker then?
About 10 to 15 years, so not too long.
So, we know the lifespan, we know they're called quackers. The next question is, where are they?
And usually we see them sort of under bushes in the shade. Oh yeah, there's one.
Oh yeah. Oh, look at his eye.
Is it sleeping? Oh no, it's awake.
No,
He's awake. They're nocturnal creatures, so the daytime is their nap time.
So that's where they normally sleep, under the tree?
Yeah, they curl up in like a little ball and stick their head on the ground and just fall asleep.
That's exactly what I do.
Yeah.
Oh, they're cute, aren't they?
Yeah. Yeah, they've got beautiful little faces.
There he goes.
Oh yeah, that one's moving around.
Oh, they've got big tails. And they're eating the samphire.
Yeah, so this little plant you can see here,
Yep.
that's like a salt bush, we call it, or a samphire.
We
yeah,
eat that in the UK.
Yeah, you can eat it, but here, because of the salt lakes, it's so salty.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, it's not very nice.
Quackers are related to the kangaroo. They have pouches and long tails. And so naturally, John's trying to engage one in conversation.
Hello, missus.
Although the next bit will be a bit lost on anyone under 50.
What's that? There's been a car crash. Has the car rolled over?
2 hours away.
Quaffer, well done, we'll sort that out, thanks.
Having gone from serious wildlife reporting to a second-rate episode of Skippy,
Here he comes. Oh, look, there he goes.
It's time to get a quacker selfie.
Hello, mate.
We're back here.
Oh, we are.
I think if you sort of crouch down now and stick your heads in, you should get it.
Gary, lead it. Hey. Meet the quaffer. Quokka.
Oh, they're beautiful, aren't they?
You've put it back to sleep.
I know, thanks. That's what happens to my gigs, to be honest with you.
I tell you what, the wind's making my hair look like 1983. Oh, they've gone.
Oh,
Shauna's
finished.
is
But that was a good selfie.
great.
You didn't get, you know, we get people and they get right up in their face and I don't think they really like it. So that was a perfect selfie.
That's good. We've done
Got
the right
the ranger's
thing.
tick of approval.
And there it is. A quokka and 2 quaffers. It's been an education, and I'm sure it's provided more material for John's gig tonight.
Good luck with the shows.
Yeah. Thanks,
Good luck with the shows.
Thanks.
Although he'll get the name wrong, of course. So, next up, while John Bishop heads back to Perth, I head out to sea for some lunch.
Got it?
Yeah, got
It's a monster.
Wow.
Look at that.
Oh, my
Great job.
goodness.
Discovering Australia. Hayes Travel is proud to sponsor Gary Barlow's Food and Wine Tour. Discovering Australia. Hayes Travel is proud to sponsor Gary Barlow's Food and Wine Tour.
On the last leg of my Western Australia adventure, I've come to a sun-drenched island. Rottnest. It got its name when a Dutch explorer landed here in 1696 and thought the island was inhabited by giant rats and named it Rattenest. But the animals he saw were quokkas, so it should really be called Quokkerville. But there's lots more to this place than taking adorable selfies with cute marsupials. The ocean around here is teeming with life. And I've built up quite an appetite, so I'm off to catch my lunch. One of Western Australia's great seafood delicacies.
Good afternoon. Welcome aboard. Are you excited?
I'm very excited.
Very excited?
Yes.
My seafaring guide is Takaya Rapana, or T to her seafaring friends.
Come on up.
This is
Beautiful
the life
views,
I've become
beautiful
accustomed
views.
to in Australia. If I go missing, you'll find me
You
here.
find me?
everyone.
Welcome home. Welcome home.
Yes, exactly.
I have to say, this is one of the nicest fishing boats I've ever been on. And we're sailing into prime fishing waters. The island sits on Rottnest Shelf, where the shallow coastal currents meet the deep offshore waters of the Indian Ocean, creating a bounty of marine life of every shape and size.
We've got 40,000 whales that migrate from the north back down south. Humpback whales.
Today?
I think we've just missed them at the start of the season.
Really?
We'd spot 50 whales breaching, mum and calves. It was unreal. Amazing. We've got bronze whaler sharks that follow our boat, bottled-nosed dolphins, all sorts of things.
But the animal we're fishing for today is the Western rock lobster, which confusingly for us Brits are also known as crayfish, or crays around these parts.
We have lobsters back home, but what's so special about these lobsters here, and are they sustainable?
Our Western rock lobster was the first fishing industry that has been approved by the MSC to be sustainable. A part of our licence that we hold on board is a fishing tourism operator's licence. So we're allowed 80 crays on board, 12 pots in the water, and we're not allowed to sell them.
Okay.
So
Oh, it's restricted.
very restricted.
Yes. How far
But you
down?
might have to go for a swim if we do pull up an empty one.
Come on now. I haven't bought me budgie smugglers.
You'll be perfect.
Get my agent, I'll get him on board.
I love it.
Yeah.
You'll be fine.
Let's
All right.
do this.
Let's put you to work.
Brilliant.
Awesome.
The work bit, not so much.
Cray pots are the tool of choice for lobster catching. They're sturdy wooden boxes with a funnel-shaped opening that the lobster climbs through to get to the bait that's left inside. Once they're in, they're not getting out. And all T and her crew need to do is return to the spot and haul in the pots.
I believe in you. You got this.
Okay.
You've got this.
Good luck, team.
Let's go.
Everyone's hungry. We need to deliver.
No pressure at all.
No pressure at all.
No pressure at all. You've got this.
So it's T's job to hook the rope that's attached to the pot.
Alrighty.
See, you've done this before.
And it's GB's job to haul them in.
Here we go.
Alright.
Am I in?
You ready?
Am I in?
Got this? Ready to go? Let's go, let's go! Awesome!
Oh.
Might work. Keep it going. Is it heavy?
It is.
Yeah? How many are you feeling?
I'm going to say 7.
7?
Yeah.
Nice
lucky
number.
7.
Let's go. To the top, we want the pot in the horns, alright?
Okay.
Let's go all the way. Keep going. Yes. Look at that.
Look at
Beautiful
that.
job. Full pot.
Wow.
That's the easy part done. The next bit is to pick up these clicking clawed crustaceans.
It's a big boy there. Okay, so I'll get you
Careful of the
grab
tails,
him
right?
behind the carapace for me,
Yep.
alright? Nice and tight.
Yep. Okay.
Got him.
Oh, God.
Good job. Got him?
Yeah, got him.
It's a monster.
Wow.
Look at that.
Oh, my
Great job.
goodness. Oh,
Here
wow.
we go.
Do you know what? Aren't they beautiful? Look
Got
at the
some monsters.
colours.
Insane.
Easy for you to say. It's a good catch, but when you fish in a marine conservation area, there are strict rules about which lobsters you can keep and which ones you must return to the sea. Rule number 1 is the size.
So this is our gauge that we use to measure them, 76 millimetres long.
Okay.
If you look in between his horns here,
Yep.
where his shell starts, that's
Yep.
where you want to put the first edge of the gauge.
Okay.
It takes our lobsters 7 years to grow this size for us to keep.
Yeah.
Nailed it.
Yeah.
Absolutely nailed it. So we've ticked that box.
The next box to tick is the gender.
So if it's a male, absolutely fine to keep. If it's a female, absolutely fine to keep as well, as long as she doesn't have a tar spot or eggs.
Okay.
Just take a wild guess. Male or female?
I'm going to say male.
Male, correct.
Yeah.
See these two things here?
Yeah.
That's his 2 penises. Oh, you're right. They're quite strong, aren't they?
They are strong. Can you take it?
Yeah, absolutely.
I wasn't expecting
You're
that.
okay.
Wow.
We'll chuck him back in the pot, all right?
Now, my lobster seems to have reacted badly to the mentioning of his 2 penises. So now that he's safely back in his box, I'll let T explain more.
There's 3 different types of ways that you can tell a male from a female. We've got a male here. So these 2 here, that's his 2 penises, all right?
2.
2, king of the ocean, hey. That's one way. Second way is he's only got 1 set of swimmerettes. Females have 2. And females also have different back legs compared to the males.
Okay.
So the big male lobsters T and her team have caught today are old enough and long enough for another kind of pot. So now it's time to hand over to super seafood chef Tony Howell, who knows all about making lobsters like these taste as good as they look.
So there we go. We've steamed them for about 6 minutes. Just going to finish those off on the barbecue. The reason why we finish them on the barbecue, we don't do it the whole way, is we do it the whole way on the barbecue, it'll dry the meat out.
So now the lobster halves go onto a hot barbie, shell side down so they don't dry out. And then, to keep them extra moist, Tony spreads on a thick layer of roasted garlic butter.
No freebies, boys. Off you go. You gotta watch them. They'll come up and nip a leg. They'll grab a leg and take off. You start to hear the sizzle. You know, the butter's going to start melting. The aroma's going to start coming around as well. I'll just throw butter on myself while I'm doing it. So we just let those tick along at the back there, and then we'll do our salad while we wait for that.
The salad is Thai basil, Vietnamese mint, and coriander with sliced green papaya.
So it's nice and simple. You can do this at home quite easily.
Now it's time to give the lobsters a finishing touch.
Let's do a bit of blowtorch, get a little bit of colour. All right, they are just about perfect. Right, so we're just going to pop that straight on the plate like so. That's the hero.
Then a handful of salad with a zesty dressing of fish sauce, vinegar and chilli, and the dish is ready.
That's it. Simple, tasty, fresh. Goes with wine. Goes with Rottnest Island. Come over for a week, have some crayfish, grab yourself a nice wine and a beer, enjoy life. Cheers.
That sounds like some very good advice to me. So Takaya and me have taken it and poured ourselves some Margaret River Sauvignon Blanc Semillon.
Oh, it's
good.
Wonderful.
Cleanses the
It's
palate.
wonderful.
Yeah.
And we're ready.
This is the moment.
Sorry, I know it's usually ladies first, but special guest.
I've jumped the queue.
Special guest.
Oh. I think we need a bigger table to fit everything on.
This
Look at
looks terrific. I hope the cameras are catching the size.
The size.
It's a solid crayfish.
It really
it is solid, isn't it? Yeah. Especially this time of year. We're lucky, aren't we? We are spoilt rotten.
The whole crayfish, cray, lobster naming thing's a bit confusing. But there's no confusion over the taste. This is one of the all-time great seafood dishes.
Oh, that is so delicious.
In a picture-perfect location.
I knew it was beautiful, but actually coming off the mainland and coming out here, it's just opened my eyes to just how big the skies are, how beautiful the oceans are. And this little jewel right here.
You've done that little part of Western Australia too. You know, it just keeps going and going and going. And every part. Oh yeah, it's not that good. It's actually really bad. Yeah.
What a way to round off a wondrous adventure in Western Australia.
This is it. I found it.
How good is
The
Good.
dream.
Good.
The dream.
Good.
I
Follow that
found it.
dream. It
I
is
got
a dream.
there.
Yeah,
What
it is
a
right.
pleasure to spend it with you.
Absolute
Cheers.
pleasure to have you.
Cheers.
Thank you very much.
It's been a cracking end to my wild adventure in Western Australia, but I've barely scratched the surface here in WA, so I'll definitely be westward again. Next time, a big boys reunion in the outback.
Feel like Crocodile Dundee.
Oh, you don't look like him.
With the multi-talented Ronan Keating.
You're singing. There we go.
Excuse me.
Winding looks brand new, blinding over that hill. It's coming, we'll feel alive again.
Hayes Travel is proud to sponsor Gary Barlow's Food and Wine Tour Australia.